to perfectly play Magic. I mean, can't keep that one. That's much better. That's much better. We'll keep that one. That one I accept. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bottom the Emerald and I'm gonna go Rainforest. All right, I'm gonna go bottom the Emerald, and I'm gonna go Rainforest Therapy, targeting Force of Will, and then I'm gonna play Veteran Explorers off of my Lotus, and then Therapy again after, and then use my Veteran Explorer to get Island Swamp and play Baleful Strix, which I think is a pretty strong turn one. Island Swamp, so I'm gonna get Bayou. I guess maybe I should get... I'm gonna name Force of Will. It's just like the most widely applicable card that's a 4 of in Vintage. Opponent has turn 1 Demonic Tutor for Ancestral. So we're gonna just take the Demonic Tutor, and opponent is going to be left with turn 2 Snap Demonic Tutor, which is just really good for us, obviously. Well, I guess it's not true. Depends on how many islands are in their deck. There's probably one island, so they might go turn 1 Snap Demonic Tutor. But I'm okay with Snap Demonic Tutor, because then it means they can't Snap Ancestral later. I'm gonna minimize this and use this. Play this, and Therapy targeting you, sacking Veteran Explorer. And see if they get Double Island. Double Island could be a lot worse for us. Swamp and Island. They have double Snow-Covered Island in their deck. What are they, following my list? They must be on my Esprit list. Kind of annoying. I still think I'm supposed to take Demonic Tutor and not Snapcaster Mage. I forgot to clear my freaking history here. And then I'm gonna play Strix. Alright. So I can die. Obviously my opponent can now go Snap, Demonic Tutor, Ancestral all in this turn. Oh, or they can draw Ancestral off the top and then Snap Ancestral and kill me. Alright, I mean, you know, that's Vintage too. That's Vintage too. Okay, fair. 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 Ancestral Recall, really showing its chops. No, you're not going Recall, Snap, Recall right now? I have one card. Do it now. Opponent. Alright, well, we get one turn to draw something that matters, I guess. Is that really what I want to be doing, though? Yes. I'm gonna let the Ancestral go on the stack. Reason being, I want it to be exiled so they can't Yogg-Will it. I don't know if this is actually like a way I should be playing, but we're gonna do it. They would have had to draw Force of Will blue card. Alright, they drew Force of Will blue card. Yeah, I really don't see us winning this game. Ancestral Recall. So we've played 3 Ancestral Recall games, yeah? Yeah. Well, I guess opponent didn't cast any Ancestral Recalls in games that the first game we lost. We cast Ancestral Recall and it didn't do anything. I'm conceding because opponent is going to vamp for like Black Lotus and play a Bolas' Citadel and we can't win the game. So once again, I'm going to board out the fun cards and board in to Bug Control. I'm sorry, chat. I keep doing this to you. But yeah, it's just correct. Yep. I don't know how I'm gonna find more cards to board out. Maybe another Strix. Maybe like we don't need as many veteran explorers. Something like that. A little hard to like. I think that's probably fine though. Do we want to Veil? I don't really want to Veil. Veil's more for like when we're playing against a value deck. It's really hard to find an opportunity where you have like something you want to Veil and protect. But like we're bringing in like, 10 cards that PO does not want to really see, so I don't hate what we're doing, and I do think that we're like pretty good against PO post board. So holy fuck. So I think I'm actually going to do Stormcaller for Thoughtseize. Because if we go Stormcaller for Ancestral, we just lose a lot of value, I think. Whereas double Thoughtseize, I think, is a little bit stronger. Let's think about this. If I use, maybe we don't actually lose value. So if I go Ancestral, Stormcaller, this is 4 cards gone. We draw 6 cards, then we have 9 cards. We go Thoughtseize down to 8 cards. We might only have to pitch 1 card. So maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know what about the value of taking 2 cards in their hand versus 3 more. I guess when I say it that way, it does sound pretty stupid that I would do anything else. I think we just rather do Thoughtseize first. Oh, we're gonna get forced. If I take one of the forces and make them, God, this is a classic fucking PO hand right here. This is a great example of why I think PO is not a tier 1 deck. This hand is abysmal. I don't even want to take PO though. Maybe I just want to take top and make them use force. And then they have just nothing. That sounds way better. I guess if they force my Lotus, I'm in deep shit. Oh, they're not even going to force my Lotus? Okay. If they had forced my Lotus, I would have been a little annoyed, but... I really think PO is bad, Log. Did you see my PO showcase? It was awful. My deck was terrible compared to everybody else's decks. I mean, Esper PO did top 8 that event, but it's got Tinker in it. How can it not top 8 at least with 1 pilot? I might play it, but I could see myself playing any of the Bizarre decks, so... Wait, does this not work the way I think it does? Oh. Alright, I guess... No, it does work the way I thought it does. Okay, that was weird. I was a little scared there. I got a little freaked out right there. I'm not gonna lie. So they kept. So their hand right now is fetch land, PO. So as long as we don't do anything really stupid, I feel like we should be winning this game. No, I really think that like the Bizarre decks are on a tier higher than the PO decks. I really do think that. I definitely think I want to brainstorm away this Veteran Explorer though. Seems like no reason to give my opponent double island for like for free. I am gonna keep up hard cast negation though instead of anything else. We have brainstorm. I'm gonna let this happen. It's a little awkward to let something like that happen against active PO, but I don't want to crack my fetch to hard cast a negation when I have the ability to brainstorm. And I don't want to like put 2 cards away for no reason either. I'm just gonna put back Veteran Explorer and Forest, and then fetch them away. Definitely just get Trop. Still found a Veteran Explorer, I guess. I don't really see any reason to cast it besides speeding up the clock. So instead of 7 turns, it would be 5 turns. The downside is I guess I can still do everything I want. I guess we'll just play it. We've already used our Brainstorm. I don't have a Snapcaster. All I have is a Regrowth, and then I would Regrowth Ancestral, so... Something I want to know about this deck is maybe I'm supposed to play a Sanctuary. It's a little tough with, like, basic Forest and basic Swamp in my deck, but I think it could be doable. Alright, obviously showing the power of forced Stormcaller Mages. This is what I was talking about, though. It's, like, really hard to balance, like, having 1-drop spells to cast and having Stormcallers, but obviously they're blue cards that pitch to Force, so really not the end of the world. Well, I mean, you're playing 2 basic Forests, a Bayou, and a Swamp in your deck. It's a little much to ask for a Sanctuary. In my mind. And I could be wrong, obviously. But... I mean, you are fetching them out a lot. Yeah, I can update the cardboard live. Just give me the end of this game, and then I will update it. I did forget to do that. I can do that, for sure. Alright, so opponent's got a PO for 2, but we've got multiple counter spells, so should be fine. This actually doesn't play around Fluster because opponent was able to play a thing first. Actually, yeah. So they go down to 2 cards. They shouldn't have a forest. And if they have a forest, then they're down to 0 cards. So no problems there. I don't have any more of these. Let's just get one of these. Maybe I'm supposed to get an island there. I don't think so. All right, I really like a 1-drop spell that I can Stormcaller. That would be the ideal. Or a land. So I'm going to play my Stormcaller to put lethal on the table. It's going to make them... Oh, they already have to untap this. But it... Well... That's actually kind of interesting. So, if I don't play Stormcaller, they are priced into untapping this so that they don't die to this current board state. That gives us both an extra draw. I guess their draws are better than mine, so I would rather them just not untap this. I don't know. Like, if I get a Cabal Therapy, obviously I take their whole hand. If I get any other blue spell, I fork it. And if I get, like, an Uro, obviously it's great. I don't know. Because if I play the Stormcaller, their best play is to not untap Volt and then just play with their active 4 mana. But if I don't play Stormcaller, they're likely to untap this Mana Vault so they don't put themselves dead on board. Neither way can they fetch without putting themselves dead on board. I'm going to not play anything here. See if they untap this Mana Vault. They just chose not to. Okay, and then I still have lethal on board, so I guess that's fine. They might have a repeal if they're playing my list. Is like they're only... Oh, they brought in Swords to Plowshares. Well, we certainly got punished for not playing our Stormcaller. And we drew another fucking land. Yeah, I didn't play around the one Swords to Plowshares. I think I probably fucked up and should have just played the Stormcaller and made them have multiple things. So now we just have to hope that they don't do anything crazy this turn, like PO for 2 and then combo off, I guess. Okay, so I think we got a little lucky there. Like, obviously our opening hand was insane, but we didn't really follow up our opening hand with very much. And I don't really feel like... I didn't feel like we capitalized on the thing that... the tempo we were given. I think opponent kept, like, a pretty bad hand, and, like, our hand was exceptional, and it still felt like we could have lost at any turn, so... But that was also, we drew a lot of lands. We don't play that many lands. We still only play 16 lands. Which I don't even know is enough lands, to be honest, but... I'm fixing the cardboard live right now, and then we'll jump into game 3. Three? Alright, so the cardboard live should be updated with the deck list now. We're on the draw versus PO. Do we want to change anything? I don't really think so. I kind of like the way we're set up. No, that deck's unplayable. I've made a lot of bad decks. Bizarre PO is awful. So I'm gonna just mulligan this hand. Against PO, I want to have a Force of Will. And this hand isn't like doing anything crazy broken, so... Yeah, that's... Oh, man. Oh, boy. I have to keep this. Alright, safe. Oof. This is the kind of hand where I get super scared. Oh man, this forest just coming back at me. This ponder needs to find a force or a green card. What is this? All right, opponent, I see you. I see you. Are they gonna go like land tinker? Is that what's happening? Okay. Am I gonna get flustered again? I think our best play here is assuming opponent has no more flusters. We want to maybe just 1 for 2 with this vigor on 4 mana, I think. The card's like so bad right now. They have repeal for 1. Oh, they just have second fluster. I mean, we could have not done this. We could have done this on their turn. We could have held it for a PO and then just gotten them. I'm surprised they brought in double fluster against our creature base. I guess they haven't really seen that many creatures. 3 cards in hand. I don't have an additional black source. I think I just have to get Ancestral. Was there any reason not to cast it on upkeep? No, probably not. I probably should have cast it on their upkeep. I agree. I could just get another Force of Vigor and just force his 2 Mox in. It's kind of interesting. That's gotta be worse than just getting Ancestral, right? Obviously, these 2 draws were kind of garbage. We need to draw like a Therapy or a Village Rites. I guess we could just get a Collector Oof here. I kind of vibe with that. If we had black, I think Therapy is super fine, but we only had 1 black source, so that's not a terrible draw. I mean, two Veteran Explorers that's 2 power, so you know, I'm gonna play them both now so that if I draw a land, I can hold up Hardcast Trap. Obviously, they're super far away from repealing my Collector Oof, and they do have Swords to Plowshares in their deck, which we do know about. They would have to draw Academy and have repeal. I don't think we want to Stormcaller. Let's think about this. This is a 4 damage, 4 turn clock. 4 damage, 4 turn. Then it would be a 6 damage, 3 turn clock. All right, I'm in actually. They might even force this, like expecting a spell off the back of it, which would be kind of sick. All right, there wasn't a spell. It was a bait the whole time. Yeah, that's fine. So I think we're going to win this just because of how weak PO is to Collector Oof, which is one of the reasons we're playing a couple in the board. So lose to Crab Shack, beat PO. Classic Endeavor. So they're out here is obviously just Academy spells. I'm gonna crack this now to I don't know, fucking yeah, I still have enough. Alright, that's really good. Sure. Alright, we got lots of stuff here. Alright, so Collector Oof DT seemed pretty good there. Pretty reasonable play. They found their land. Time Walk. They can't force this. They don't have any things. GG's. Interesting match. They forced it anyways. I can dig it. So we didn't get to do any Aluren things, but sometimes that's how it happens. At least we got to play Magic, unlike round 1. So we can like talk about. This is one of the versions I've had. So I started with. Mostly I really wanted an excuse to play Stormcaller. So I started with Poke's version of Aluren with like the full Stormcaller package. And then I found like the white was. It felt a little ambitious in Vintage for me. What the white splash. I wasn't a huge fan. So then I was like trying to play so this is the 4-color deck, which I tried first. And I didn't really like the white splash. But I also thought the reason I didn't like the white splash was because of the 4 Stormcaller package. So like I was working on this 4-color version, which is no Stormcaller shenanigans, no like Explorer shenanigans, and you're just playing like good Bant creatures, splashing your black Wincon with Demonic Tutor and Deathrite Shaman. I haven't tried this yet. I think I need to put lands in or something. I couldn't figure out how to do lands because I somehow needed to play Deathrite Shaman and and Ice Fang Coatl and Lavinia in the same deck. Yeah, the Fluster was very aggressive. Very, very aggressive. So I have some more things I want to try. But mostly the reason I wanted to do this was to play Stormcaller, because I think it's a cool card.